Hey everyone, welcome back to Anna Talk Show. Today I want to talk to you about something that changed everything for me, which is the power of investing in yourself financially. So, how you should put money behind your own growth to see more growth that you desire. So, I remember when I invested my first high ticket mentorship, I think it was back in 2017, 17 or 18. I wasn't making any money in my business, any money. Um, but I invested, and that investment was the most that I have ever invested on myself. So I actually went to the bank and I asked for the credit. And when I told that to my immigrant parents, they thought I was out of mind. They thought I it was the dumbest decision that I was making. Um and I think I was 23 back then. But that one decision, not the strategy inside the membership, but that decision itself changed the trajectory of my entire business, because I really, from that investment, I stopped playing small and I backed myself. So I want to talk to you about how playing small right now is costing everything for you as a woman of color coach. Good morning, what's good, how are you, from where are you tuning in? Let me know in the comments. So, let me describe who I am actually talking to in this episode. You are a woman of color. You are a coach. You are a consultant. You have an expertise. Maybe you are a therapist. You are in ministry. You have master's degree, or even PhD, right? You are the most qualified person in any room that you are entering. You have so many certifications on the wall, years of experience, and real results with clients. And when someone says yes to working with you, they get the results fast. And that's amazing. That actually shows me that you are a great coach, because in today's market, there are a lot of great marketers who get the people, but they are not a great coach. They are not the greatest um, person to deliver what they are promising in their marketing. So when someone says yes to your offer, they get immediate results, but your business still feels like a grind right now. Your revenue fluctuates between 5 to 10K a month. Some months are great, some months are dry, but you are watching your peers and people who have started after you. They are scaling past you. Now you have these thoughts, I should have been further along, right? And the thought that keeps you running or keeps running through your mind is like, I should be further along, why am I not where I should be? This is actually painful. And what is actually happening is that you have been spending money, but you have been spending it on the wrong things. A $27 course here, a $97 masterclass there, a membership that you barely log into. So you are making micro investment that makes you feel like you are productive, but you are changing nothing inside your business and sales. And the reason you keep choosing those kind of micro investment is because they feel safe, right? Am I right? Yeah. So a $27 course does not require you to bet on yourself. It's just $27. But a $5,000 investment, a $10,000 investment, it does. It requires that you bet on yourself. That is where the real growth lives. Now, I need and I want to talk to you about the weight of financial decision making and how it is different for us women of color. And I want you to hear from me that, like, because you are frozen when it is time to invest in your own growth, and there is a reason why. There is a reason why you want it and why you are making those micro investment. But when it comes to investing big things and betting on yourself, and when it comes to really backing yourself up with real growth, you are freezing. And the reason why is because we carry generational guilt about money. You are holding so much shame and guilt around money and around taking, um, investing in yourself and maybe going for a debt for a few months. That is the reason why you are not doing it. So spending $10,000 on a business program when your parents never spent that on themselves, that guilt is real, right? And this industry never talks about that, but especially if you have immigrant parents who flew from a country that had war, that had civil war, and now they come to a new country and had to learn everything from scratch, and they had to learn a new language, be able to feed and raise their kids and their family. And now you spending $5,000 on a business and on yourself that your parents never spent on that, on themselves, feels like guilt. And this conditioning and this mindset or this guilt creates the cycle that you are in, because you know you need help. You know your business has gaps. Otherwise, you wouldn't actually book calls with coaches. I mean, the highest good is not money. The highest good is your time. And if you're spending your time on a call with someone, that means you know you need help. And instead of investing in the solution, you try to figure it out on your own. You tell the coach, you tell me, hey, I would try it on my own. I have the sources. So you spend 6 months, then a year, then 3 years trying to piece it together from free content, from low ticket offers. And then one day you look up and realize I could have been so much further. Is that right? So I want to share with you the shift that changed everything for me and the woman of color I work with inside Leverage 20. Because most women of color coaches make financial decision from their current reality, from their current mindset that they are in. They look at their bank account today and say like, I cannot afford that. I cannot do this. But in back mind, they have all these fears, all these shame and guilt that they are carrying around, and it is okay. But the woman who's making 20K a month, she made that investment when she could not afford it either. When I made that investment, the first investment, I couldn't afford it. I didn't have $6,000 in this drawer and to invest in my business, but I decided that staying stuck was more expensive than betting on myself, and I looked for opportunities, and the opportunities was there, and I took it, even though it was scary, even though it was going against all the conditioning that I was growing up with. So when I went from selling $99 offers for a coaching offer to more than $8,000 for my coaching, I had to ask myself, who am I to charge that much? And then the answer was, I am someone who transforms life. Like all the clients I worked with, they are getting results within 7 days, within 30 days, within 6 months. They transform their whole lives and their whole business. And that woman that I am becoming does not shrink. She's not hiding. So she invests powerfully because she knows the return is inevitable. So this actually goes back to your self trust. How much do you trust yourself when it comes to investing and making it happen, committing and actually um, doing the work that you actually committed to? Because self trust is not something that you are born with, it is something that you build. And you build it the same way every time. You make the decision, you back yourself out, and then you figure it out. And then you actually think about your life And I know you have done hard things. You have figured things out before. Look at you. You did master's degree before. Did you do it before? No. It was hard, right? But you still figure it out. And that is the evidence your future self needs from you right now, that you always figure it out. You always figure it out, the hard things, and you always made sure that you backed yourself up and you always had your own back. So I don't want you to just invest blindly in any offers or in anything. You have to invest wisely, okay? And you have to evaluate before you make your next financial investment in your growth, in your business growth. So before you invest in anything, you need to know where is your money going and where is it actually leaking. So what is your conversion rate? How many people are saying yes out of every 10 sales call? If 8 of the 10 people are saying no, you don't have a lead problem. Means you don't need to spend money on lead generation, on ads. You have a conversion problem. And that changes what you should actually invest in. Because a lot of people, they think, like a lot of women of color coaches, like 8 of 10 uh, uh, calls are closed. No, two, like 8 of 10 calls are getting a no. And then they think, I need more leads. You have an offer and a conversion problem, not a lead problem. So don't invest in more ads, because that will only amplify the problem that you already have, right? So when you know, okay, I have a conversion and an offer problem, so now you know, don't do more ads. You need to get better with your sales system and with your conversion system. So stop investing in what is trending and what people are selling to you as little master classes, because you have been you have been buying those master classes, right? Did they help you to really get the growth that you want? And I'm not talking about the closing the next one person. I'm literally talking to you about adding an extra 100K into your bank account. Did that help you? Did that masterclass help you? And start investing in what is broken in your business right now. So if your content is not converting, another course on content creation is not the answer. You need someone who's looking at your messaging and tell you exactly why your buyers are not moving, because the content is not actually reflecting back the sales psychology and the buyer psychology. And that requires a different kind of investment, because that is not something that you can actually Google, that you cannot chat GPT about and get the answer. So you don't need more and more information. You need actually the right information to move your business forward. You have degrees. You are the smartest woman in the room. You have certifications. What you need is someone to hold up the mirror and shows you what you are not seeing. The gaps are existing because you are not seeing the gaps. And transformation will only happen if someone is challenging you. Who is challenging you right now to get the growth that you desire? And that is what real investment looks like. Not a course you watch alone at midnight, right? A container where someone is doing mock-up sales call with you. Someone who's auditing your messaging and calls you out because you are not using your story, you are not using your voice, and you are still whitewashing the messaging. Someone who is telling you the truth that because you're not doing the sales call evaluation, you are effing up the conversion rate right now. That is what is missing in low ticket investments. So, and thinking I cannot afford it is actually keeping you broke, right? I know what some of you are thinking, like, no, I hear you. I genuinely want to invest, but I don't have the money right now. And I want to honor that. I understand that. And I'm not here to shame anyone. I am also here to be honest with you and help you to figure out opportunities, to see the opportunities. Because I cannot afford it often means I do not trust myself enough to believe that this will work for me. And that is a money problem. That is the money conditioning you were growing up with. I am coming from an immigrant household. The number one thing for my parents is safety. Safety, safety, safety. Safety is their number one thing. And the safety traditional path was for me to get married at 25, to have a bachelor degree or a master degree, to have a 9 to 5 job that is paying you every single month the amount of money. That was the safety plan from my immigrant parents to me. But I choose a different path. I was like, this is not what brings me happiness. This is not what is bringing me fulfillment. This is not how I envision myself to have a freedom and a fun life. I want something different. So, again, I cannot afford it often means I don't trust myself that this will work out for me. I cannot trust myself to commit. And that is not a money problem. That is a self trust problem that you have right now. Because people who see the urgency in their problem, they will move mountains to find the money. Back then, when I was 23, and the problem was that I didn't know how to run a coaching business, I moved mountains to find that 4-figure investment. I moved mountains. And I hear stories how people are moving mountains. Like one of my coach, she actually sold her car to invest in a coaching. She literally sold her car to invest in her mentorship. And I'm not saying go and sell out your car. That is not what I'm saying. But literally, if the problem is urgent for them, they will move mountains to find the money. Hi, Vinita, Leverage 20 family here. How are you? I hope your morning is going great. Um, so the question is not, can you afford it, right? The question is, can you afford not to? That's the big question. Because when I quit my job back in 2018, I didn't have any guarantee. I didn't have clients lined up for me telling me on a contract, I will work with you for 5 years and pay you every 6 months $10,000. I didn't have that. I had maybe 2 clients who made a decision, and that's it. And that decision to back myself is the reason why I am here today, full time in my business, leading a global movement. I work with amazing, brilliant women of color from all over the world because I made that decision back in 2018. And it was uncomfortable. It was very scary. My immigrant parents told me I am dumb for doing this, but here I am. So if everything I have said today resonate with you, if you're tired of grinding, if you know your business has gaps, means you have been posting, it's not converting, or you are getting people on a call, but the call is not converting, you know you have gaps. And if you're ready to stop playing small and actually invest in the version of you that builds a scalable business, I want you to invite to join Leverage 20. So Leverage 20 is a high ticket group coaching program for women of color who want to add an additional 100K a year into their bank account with a scalable group program. And it is for you if you are a woman of color coach or an expert with real experience and proven results. We are making like 5 to 10K a month, but it is inconsistent, right? And you know you are capable of making it consistent. You are ready to take your one-on-one experience and transition and launch a 3K plus group offer, and you are done trying it, figuring it out on your own, and you are ready to invest in a real system and be in a community full of women of color coaches and experts similar to you, just like you. You know, in that room we have different conversations than in any room, because the experience, the values, the point of views we have is different than what you would get in any other room. I also want to mention this is not for you if you are someone you are looking for a quick fix or a magical funnel, or you want to invest in a complicated funnel thingy, because I am not about running my business in the complicated way. Everything is super simple. It's so simple that implementation for you is easy for you to take and less resistance are showing up for you. This is also not for you if you're someone who is not willing to review their data. You are not willing to get the coaching in order to actually see the real growth. And this is not for you if you are someone who wants to stay comfortable and avoid bold decision. All these women inside Leverage 20, they made a bold decision to come first in that program. But leadership continues with making bold decisions over and over again in your business. In every stage of your business, you have to make bold decisions and you have to be coachable to make those bold decisions in order to develop your leadership. So, before I go and before I wish you a wonderful weekend, I want to paint two pictures for you. Okay, I want you to sit with both. Let's say if you are not taking an action, okay, a year from now, you are still at the same income. You are still grinding for one on one clients. You are still watching your peers pass you. You are still telling yourself next month or next quarter or when I save up or when I have the money. And that thought that haunts you is I knew. I knew I needed to invest. I knew I needed to make the decision, but I did not. And that is the cost of waiting. It's not that you are investing money is the cost. It's literally this emotional labor that you're paying every single day. That's the biggest cost that you can actually pay. And the biggest cost is also that you will never get the time back. And this is the most expensive thing that you will ever pay. Not getting your time back and the emotional labor that you are paying right now. But let's say you are taking an action, okay? You know, okay, the content is not converting and you are investing in system that will help you to sign consistent high ticket clients. A year from now, you have a group program that runs with ease. You are consistently making 10 to 20K a month. Your sales calls feel like conversations with qualified leads, not a heavy pitch, not something you have to convince someone to invest. You have a community full of your ideal clients who are in your corner, who are looking up to you, who want to invest in your program, and you wake up every single day, wherever you are, okay, with fulfillment, with freedom and peace. You are running your business on part time hours, and it's not because everything is perfect or everything is so easy. It's because you trusted yourself enough to make that decision and to commit. So your future business is on the side of one decision. And that decision starts today. And what decision are you making to stop playing small and to go all in your business and see that 20K a month, that 30K a month? So I hope this was helpful for you to stop playing small and to see that it's not about I cannot afford it. It's about can I actually not afford it? What is the real cost? And oftentimes you have to sit with those feelings and with those thoughts to see, oh shit, I'm actually losing a lot more than I think. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this helped you. And I see you in the next episode. Bye, friends.